Hello, guys, and welcome back to another edition of Baseball Talk with the Earle brothers. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here by my brother Tim. We're going to have a lot of content. A lot of these 5-10 minute videos are going to be coming out a lot the next week because it is trade deadline week. The deadline is on the 31st. I want to do a live show on the 31st. I do have off that day, so it's nice. So I want to do a live show on the 31st, breaking down all the trades and stuff like that. And we're going to dive into individual videos on basically every trade or most every trade. Yep. Some of them will be the smaller trades. I'll go in and do them individually, stuff like that. Bigger trades, me and you'll do them and stuff like that. But we have a trade. Gregory Soto, the Baltimore Orioles, is going to the New York Mets. In exchange, the Baltimore Orioles are receiving right-handed pitcher Wellington Aracena, which is the 19th rated prospect in the New York Mets system. And they are also receiving right-handed pitcher Cameron Foster, who is not ranked in the top 30 in the Mets system. So for a rental reliever, the Mets did not give up much. According to MLB.com, Wellington Aracena is due his ETA for the major leagues is 2028. Which is projecting him a long time to really develop because he was signed back in January of 2022. Let's go. I want to break down first, Tim. I'll let you talk first. Your thoughts on the trade and everything, and then I'll break down the prospects heading the other way.
I did not really see Gregory Soto on the Mets radar as much as I saw some other pitchers, which is a little bit interesting. Obviously, we see the haul or the lack of a haul that the Mets had to give up for him, and I'm a big fan of the trade right now. One of the big things that the Mets needed was left-handed relievers, and now they went from having nobody to Brooks Raley and Gregory Soto in the bullpen, which I think is really, really solid. And I think with the lack of giving up stuff, it's just not going to be the end of the Mets picking up more bullpen pieces. No. I could still see them going after another one of those bigger names. But I think Gregory Soto is a great start. He's a piece that we needed, and I'm all aboard.
Yeah, when you look at what the New York Mets have had to go through so far this year with the bullpen, with injury wise and stuff like that, and you look at the pitchers they've picked up and stuff like that because of injuries. Obviously, Gregory Soto is going to go into that slot that we were expecting to be AJ Minter, who got hurt. And when you look at him, Gregory Soto is going to join only one other left-handed pitcher in that bullpen, and it's Brooks Raley coming off of Tommy John surgery, who may not be able to go more than once every 3 games or so. So this adds, and I think the Mets are going to go out and they're going to get another guy like him, a left-handed reliever.
It doesn't have to be lefty. They're going to get another big arm.
Here's the thing: is the lefty that I want, or one of the relievers I want, is a lefty. And it's Danny Colomé from Minnesota. But that's beyond the point. Like someone like that. I think the Mets are going to still be in the market for a left-handed specific reliever because, I mean, you look at that bullpen, Rico Garcia, Alex Carrillo, Brazoban, Buto, Garrett, Stanek, Díaz, and then Raley's the only lefty. So I think that they're going to want one. They got Soto. I think they want one more left-handed reliever. And then they'll probably go for, I think, a center fielder potentially as well, because I am so tired of seeing Tyrone Taylor manning the outfield. So that is something that I think they will go after as well. Let's take a look at the prospect side of it here, because we're going to start with Wellington Aracena, which is the bigger name piece in this trade. Currently, he is at low A at St. Lucie. He was signed in 2022 out of the Dominican Republic. Only a $70,000 signing bonus, which isn't much for IFAs. He is 20 years old. So far, he has appeared in 17 games for St. Lucie. He started 8 of them. He's thrown 64 and a third innings pitched, a 1-1 record with a 2.38 ERA, a 166 opponent's batting average, and a 1.13 whip. So this is a pitcher that I think could absolutely be decently developed through the Orioles system. Obviously, I mentioned earlier in the video that his ETA for the major leagues is 2028. So he is still a little bit out there. It's a low A prospect at the end of the day. But when I was looking at him a little bit, he's a 60 grade fastball, a 50 grade curveball, 55 grade slider, a 60 grade cutter, and a 40 grade changeup. So, but the one thing that's holding him back, 40 grade control, which I think the Orioles are going to hope to get under control. And at the very least, I think he can be a decent reliever. But with that type of pitch mix, a 5-pitch pitch mix, I think he can be a starter in 4 years. Obviously, we're still talking he's far out. The one that's probably closer to the MLB is Cameron Foster, the other guy they got out of this trade, right-handed pitcher, which was not ranked in the Mets system, which the Mets system is okay. It's not the best. It's not the worst, though, like it was a few years ago. Cameron Foster, so far this year in Binghamton, with one of the best minor league teams in baseball at the Rumble Ponies, a 5-2 record, 2.97 ERA in 21 games. He's only started one of them, so he's a reliever. So would it shock me to see him up in the major leagues next year, Cameron Foster, with the Orioles bullpen? Not at all. And he is somebody who I think could develop a little bit more. Obviously, he's still in Double-A, so I expect him to be up at the earliest late next year. He was drafted in 2022, 14th round, 419th overall out of McNeese State. So an interesting draftee there out of the 14th round that the Mets were able to turn him and a low-level international free agent signing to Gregory Soto. So honestly, I like this trade as well. It gives the Mets a nice left-handed pitcher in the bullpen. It wasn't a huge haul because he's not the top echelon reliever that the Mets could have gone out this deadline. And he is a rental at the end of the day, but it is exactly what the Mets needed, was a left-handed reliever.
Correct.
But that is about it for this one. If let us know in the comments section below what your guys' thoughts on this trade. What do you think the Mets will continue to do throughout this deadline? I should have asked that with the Mariners as well at the last video we recorded. But what do you expect out of the Mets during this deadline? And same with the Orioles, because I think the Orioles can be a very interesting team during the trade deadline because they got a lot of pieces that they can deal at the deadline. Obviously, Gregory Soto being the first of them. So we're starting to see some dominoes falling, and we'll obviously keep our phones on because there'll probably be more videos coming out the next couple of days of trades and stuff like that. It's going to be action-packed here at Baseball Talk with the Earle Brothers, but that's going to do it for this one. I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next trade video. Peace out, guys.